Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about Dalton's law of partial pressure. In the previous class we have discussed ideal gas equation. Based on the ideal gas equation we have solved three of the problems. So we have discussed the gas constant PV is equal to nRT. The ideal gas is based on three laws: Charles law, Avogadro law and Boyle's law. The combining law of these things will give the ideal gas equation. All these things we discussed in the last class. Now we are going to discuss with Dalton's law of partial pressure. Dalton's law topic. Today's topic is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Chemistry class level, states of matter. So, air is a mixture of many gases. In our day-to-day life, we are seeing air containing oxygen, nitrogen, traces of carbon dioxide, helium, etc. So, how do we separate these gases? How do you know the pressure of a particular gas in a mixture? For all these questions, the answer is Dalton's law of partial pressure. In 1807, John Dalton, a scientist who find the answer for these questions. Now I am going to draw one vessel. The vessel is filled with different gases. The vessel is filled with a mixture of many gases. So the vessel is filled with a mixture of different gases. Suppose this vessel containing three different gases at different ratios at a particular temperature. How do you know the pressure of a particular gas? This is the question. This is gas A and this is gas B and this is gas C. So, a vessel is filled with three different gases. Based on his studies, he formulated a theory called Dalton's law of partial pressure. Definition. Now I am going to tell about the definition. Definition of Dalton's law of partial pressure. Here, the vessel is filled with three different gases. Pressure. We have to apply pressure here, right? The total pressure exerted by the two or more non-reactive gases in a closed vessel at a particular temperature is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of individual gases, partial pressure exerted by the individual gases. This is the definition for Dalton's law of partial pressure. So the total pressure exerted by the non-reactive gas at a particular temperature is equal to sum of the partial pressure of the partial pressure exerted by individual gas. That is called Dalton's law of partial pressure definition. See, P total is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. The total pressure exerted by a two or more non-reactive gases at in a closed vessel, at a particular temperature. The total pressure exerted by a two or more non-reactive gases in a closed vessel at a particular temperature is equal to the sum of the partial pressure exerted by, this is the definition, exerted by the individual gases, So this is the definition for Dalton's law of partial pressure, and this is the equation. So okay, now I am going to explain with the help of one example. Suppose H2 plus O2 gives H2O2 hydrogen peroxide. 1 liter of H2, 1 liter of O2 gives 2 liter of H2O2. This is one vessel filled with hydrogen gas. Filled with hydrogen H2 gas, 1 liter volume. Pressure is 0.35 Pascal atmospheric pressure, plus 1 liter of O2 gas. Another cylinder filled with pressure is 0.43 atm, and they mix together to form in a closed vessel. To form H2O2. So now we are going to find the partial pressure. P total is equal to pH2 plus PO2. What is the pressure of H2? 0.35. What is the pressure of? Okay, now I am going to derive the Dalton's law of partial pressure. Here P total is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus up to Pn. Right? Where P1, P2, P3 are partial pressure of each gases. Next, according to ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. P1 is equal to N1 RT. Then P is equal to nRT by V. P1 is equal to N1 RT by V. P2 is equal to N2 RT by V. P3 is equal to N3 RT by V. Substitute this in equation 1. This is equation 1. Substitute this in equation 1. So P total is equal to P1 RT by V plus P2 RT by V plus P3 RT by V is equal to N. Instead of this P1, P2, N1 RT, N2 RT, N3 RT. So P1 is equal to N1 RT, P2 is equal to N2 RT by V, P3 is equal to N3 RT by V. So that we substitute the first equation. Therefore, N1 plus N2 plus N3 into RT by V is common in all the equations. So we will take one question. This is a rearrangement. After that, divide P1 by P total. We get P1 by P total is equal to N1 divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3 into RT by V. This is N1 RT by V into division V by RT. Because this for P1 value is N1 RT by V. P total value is N1 plus N2 plus N3 RT by V. When this RT by V go upstairs, V by RT. Ulta. Next one is next one on substituting this one division takes place. P total is equal to P1 by P total is equal to these things cancel. N1 divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3, where N1 plus N2 plus N3 is equal to N. N is equal to total number of moles of gas. Total number of moles of gas. So then P1 by P total is equal to N1 by N, where N1 by N is equal to X1. What is X1? X1 is equal to mole fraction. Mole fraction. What do you mean by mole fraction? Mole fraction means number of moles of the solute divided by total number of moles in the solution. Solution is a mixture of solute and solvent. The lesser concentration is called solute and larger concentration is called solvent. Okay. This we have to substitute here. P1 by P total is equal to N, instead of N1 by N, X1. P1 is equal to cross multiply X into P total. P2 is equal to X1 into P total. And P3 is equal to X3 into P total. Therefore, Pi is equal to Xi into P total. This is the final equation from Dalton's law of partial pressure. I will explain again one by one. See, according to the Dalton's law of partial pressure, P total is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 up to P power Pn. This already explained in the definition part. Where P1, P2, P3 are partial pressure of each gases in the cylinder. Suppose a cylinder filled with 3 gases. Gas 1, gas 2 and gas 3. So this contains P1. So cylinder filled with 3 different gases. This is P1. Pressure of this gas is P1, pressure of this gas is P2 and pressure of this gas is P3. Just for understanding. So in a cylinder, closed cylinder filled with 3 different gases, each gas having different pressure, that was identified with the help of this Dalton's equation. Next, according to ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. P1 is equal to N1 RT by V. Sorry, PV is equal to nRT. P is equal to nRT by V. For P1, this value N1 RT by V. P2 is equal to N2 RT by V. P3 is equal to N3 RT by V. Substitute this in equation 1. This is the equation 1. So P total is equal to, instead of P1 we put this value. Instead of P2 put this value. Instead of P3 put this value. So you have to rearrange the equation. N1 plus N2 plus N3 into RT by V, because RT by V is common in 3 equations. Divide P1 by P total. P1 by P total is equal to N1 by N1 plus N2 plus N3 into V by RT. See, P1 is equal to N1 into RT by V, where divided by P total is equal to divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3 into RT by V, but this RT by V goes to numerator, means V by RT. So these two cancel each other. Next step, P1 by P total is equal to N1 by N1 plus N2 plus N3, where N1 plus N2 plus N3 is equal to N. What is N? Total number of moles of gas. P1 by P total is equal to N1 by N. That is N1 by N is equal to X1. What do you mean by X1? Mole fraction. N1 is number of moles of particular gas divided by total number of moles of all the gases. That is called mole fraction. P1 by P total is equal to x1. Then P1 is equal to x1 into P total. P2 is equal to up to Pi. Pi is equal to xi into P total. So in this way we can find the pressure of a individual gas. I want to know the pressure of P1 means I have to use mole fraction into total P total. So in this way I have find the pressure of a individual gas when all the gases mixed in the cylinder. Okay. Hello students, now I am going to tell about the applications of Dalton's law. Applications of Dalton's law. Applications of Dalton's law. KClO3 and MnO2. So this tube containing a mixture of this is a glass tube, evaporator glass tube containing mixture of potassium chlorate and manganese dioxide. When they are going to heat, it will give oxygen and other gases, chlorine gas. It will reach us the water and bubbles will come out, and it will at the top of the glass tube dry gases are formed. In the middle moist gases are formed. So the pressure of moist gas is equal to the sum of the pressure of dry gas and the water vapor. That is the thing he explained here. So P moist gas, P moist gas is equal to P dry gas plus P water vapor. P water vapor. The pressure of the water vapor is in equilibrium with water at a particular temperature is called aqueous tension. Aqueous tension means at a particular stage the pressure of the water vapor and the pressure of the water are equal. That condition is called as aqueous tension. This is the pressure. We want to know the pressure of the moist gas means we have to add dry gas and water vapor gas, because moist gas containing water and gas. So the sum of the pressure of dry gas and sum of the pressure of water vapor, we will get the pressure of the moist gas. Next one is pressure of dry gas. Here we are going to find pressure of dry gas means pressure of moist gas minus pressure of water vapor. So this is the another way of finding the pressure of dry gas. So this is the application of Dalton's law. First, manganese dioxide and potassium chloride are burned with the help of burner. At a particular temperature, they release the gas. The gas will react with water, and the moist gas is here. And at the top of the glass tube, the dry gas is formed. I want to know the pressure of the moist gas means I will use this formula. Pressure of moist gas is equal to pressure of dry gas plus pressure of water vapor. Again, I want to know the pressure of dry gas means pressure of moist gas minus pressure of water vapor. I will get the value of pressure of dry gas. Thank you, students. God bless you.